So hi there guys, I'm the Reading Crisis, Christoph here, and today, first ever like a reading vlog, reading one book. So hi guys, as I've mentioned a lot of times in my whole video, I want to read this bad boy, A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. This is a very high fantasy, high stakes, and it is the prequel to the Priory of the Orange Tree. I wanted to see how would I understand the world, how would I enjoy the story without having read Priory first. Simply because I never heard anything about Priory. I had a lot of praise about it. I heard a lot of good things, but I didn't know what it was about. The only thing I really knew was there were dragons in it, and it's happening I think 1000 years before Priory. All the events are kind of like the myth making of the world in Priory. As you can see, I have a hardcover edition. It's absolutely stunning. Also, don't look at my hair. I don't know what's happening here. The plot pretty much says that we have three characters. We have Tunuvamelem, we have Glorian, and we have Dumai. And they are like different people from different kind of sides of the world. We follow their perspective in the world. They are differently aged. Tenuva is 50, Glorian is 15, and Dumai I think is 30. They're all from different kind of regions of the world, or even continents. Because at the start of the book we have a lot of very nice maps, and as you can see, this island here is where Glorian resides. This little area here is where resides Tunuva. But actually in the east, along the abyss, this is like the zoom of the Kingdom of Innis, right here. But then we have the island of Seiki right here. And Dumai comes from here, and it is happening in a separate continent to the east of the main kind of continent. So it's right here, and Seiki is right over here. This small island. I know already that I will be using these maps a lot. There are a lot of queendoms in it, so I'm excited how the author, how Samantha Shannon approached the topic of, monarchy from the side of the women. We're following the characters as this mountain right here erupts and some creatures start hatching eggs, and there are like worms that are evil and wants to destroy the world and seek chaos. So I'm interested in that. I'm also interested in how this different sides of the world, since we have the characters from even different continents, they'll have different perspectives on the world. So Glorian from Innis, so from Virtudom, so they believe in the saint and in the virtues of the saint. Tunuva is from Priory, and they believe in Cleolind, the first kind of queen who defeated the dragon, but the nameless one. But then at the east, they believe in dragons, and these dragons kind of exist as gods in their world. So without further ado, from here on out, I will be posting updates, I think every 100 pages or so, because this book has 846 pages, but also at the end, this kind of part at the end is also full of character lists, what's happening in the world, who is important, who is this dragon. And from what I've seen, it's spoiler free, so all the events that you first get to know the character, you get to know them. Just saying, this video will have only my spoilers, or minimal spoilers. So when I'll be talking about characters, I won't be giving names, I won't be giving any characteristics that you'd know. I will try to be vague as possible. If there will be any hard spoilers involved, then I will mention it somewhere here. I will be going on my trip, so there will be some footage from my trip, from the train and when I get there. So see you when I finish it.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Hey, hi there. I'm actually somewhere outside of my house. I'm on a trip to my in-laws, but I want to update you guys on Day of Fallen Night. I'm currently on page 212, which is chapter 12, and so far I've been really enjoying it. It's a lot of world building, a lot of characters, and a lot of people, meeting them. To be honest, it took me a while to understand the geography of the world, because there are maps, like I've shown you before. It got me quite a while to understand which region is where, which city belongs to whom, and when and where we're going, especially because the story starts with a prologue that happened some years before the plot of the book itself. I love the prologue. I think it was a great way to set up our three main characters, and I'm really enjoying the world building so far. I was really intrigued how would Samantha Shannon deal with the politics part of it, because many of the lands, domains here are ruled actually by women, and they're called queendoms, and it is very well explained, and it makes sense. And for 112 pages, it was just a lot of setup, a lot of relationships between characters and where they are to each other, and who is important in each part. Because for now, the story is kind of split into different POVs, but it's like there's like east, west, and south perspective, and they're very different geographically speaking, and they're also very different in their beliefs, because religion plays a big part in the book. And even though it's a long book, the chapters are not that long. Some chapters are longer than the others, but the pacing is pretty good. Since there are so many characters, I was scared that we would be jumping between perspectives a lot, and I would get confused. We are doing that, but there's a clear line of text that shows you from which character's perspective we're seeing the world. The writing style, I still don't particularly gel with it. There are some good lines, but I don't know how I feel about them yet. And also, one weird thing is the book smells terrible. I don't know what happened. It didn't smell like, maybe it was because it was my bag or something, but it smells like very old, decayed glue. You can sniff for your own if you like. The story for now revolves around setting up our three main characters. There are three very different kingdoms. Like Queendom of Venice is an island on the north coast of and they believe in like the saint with a lot of honor and knighthood in it. And then we have the Seiki, and it's very much not saint stuff, but other religion stuff, very connected with nature. That they, for example, people of Seiki, especially in the sanctuary, don't eat things from the sea because it doesn't belong to them. It's not for them to do that. And there's a lot of mountains, a lot of snow there. And in the Priory, it's always like sunny, it's a nice weather, and a lot of forests, but they need to be hidden from other worlds, because the Priory is the only one kind of institution that will keep the Nameless One, if he ever wakes up again, the worm, to come back to, kill the world, right? And I can't wait to see how these three storylines are interwoven. So I would say that for now, the Seiki perspective is the least interesting, and probably the Priory are the most interesting. I'm going to come here and update you. I'll probably update you every 100 pages, because only now we're just starting the story. I will see you guys when I have something else to say. Bye!
Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
So hi there, don't mind my hair right now. I've recently finished the first part of A Day of Fallen Night and now I'm on page 185 and so far I'm enjoying it. It's pretty nice, but it's very dense with information. It has a lot of names, a lot of places, a lot of people, and it gets confusing, but I'm so far enjoying it. I think I will be getting an audiobook for this to in more dense portions of the plot to read while listening to the audiobook, and maybe that will make it more easier for me to get through the story. Also the hair, no, I will just put the hood on. Yeah, see, don't mind my hair, I will never get a perm again in my life. So yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. The characters are moving already. I knew that was bound to happen. Both of the characters kind of moving away from their comfort. The mountain already blew up, so I think that's the end of the synopsis. So from now on all will be new. And also the dragons that appeared. The map at the beginning really helps out a lot.
You've been checking them up every 5 minutes.
I am checking them up every 5 minutes because the word is big. And that was my update for A Day of Fallen Night. I think it will take me a while, but maybe the audiobook will make it easier for me, because I am really enjoying the story. I'm just struggling to get through it because it's very dense. But yeah, see you guys in the next update. Bye!
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
So hi there guys, a little background change and my hair got a little bit better. I'm officially 300 pages into A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. It has been a slow going. As I mentioned in my previous update, there's a lot of information, a lot of new information, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it. I don't have to check the map every second now. I still check it just to be sure, but I know what's happening. And also right now it is the plot point where all the characters are kind of meeting. I'm not saying meeting because they haven't met yet, but I can see how the one event that happened at one place is kind of affecting every other country, every other island, everywhere around the world. Actually, I didn't expect the fourth point of view to come into this book. But I'm not mad at it, I really enjoy it, especially since it deals with drama. I actually got my audiobook and it's not full cast. I think it's technically full cast, that it has 4 narrators for 4 different points of views and they're very different. I think the only 2 that are kind of similar are Dumai and the Glorian, but they're not that different, so I really enjoy the narration. So I'm reading it while listening to the audiobook and it makes it much easier, even though the audiobook's 40 hours, I want to say, 30 something hours, so it's pretty long. But I'm very close to the halfway mark and I'm gonna update you there probably. But I can see the things happening here and it's coming together. I think it's going to be more action packed from now on. I hope so. You'll see in my updates probably. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, even though the reading experience itself was not the greatest. I'm really enjoying the plot, I'm really enjoying the character work, I'm really enjoying the setup, because I think I'm just finishing up with the setup. So I'll see you guys once I know more and once I read more, so bye!
Life lessons come 1 in a dozen. other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I seek what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure. But one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
Hi there, it's time for an update. I'm on page 398 and I'm in the third part of the book, and a lot of things have happened. Like, I think this is like the first inciting event that happens and kind of leaves the action forward. Some characters met, some characters left each other, some characters died, you know, all the drama. And I think it's going to get less political and more action based from now on. I think the plot is really getting more interesting since there's not so much information, more like building up on the information that the author kind of wrote in the first 300 pages. One thing is that it kind of goes too long. I still have like this much to read, so it is pretty long, and I think it's too long. But I'll see if it pays off, because obviously the setup was not in vain. The book won't end like 100 pages, it goes on for 500 pages more, or like 400 something. So I hope it will pay off. We shall see. But so far I'm the most enjoying the characters, so I think this is just setting up the rest of the plot. And I'm enjoying it so far. Not like a perfect read, but it's really nice to read with an audiobook on like 2x speed and just follow with this. And also I know the correct pronunciations of the characters now, so that's also great. I hope my favorite character stays alive until the end, but we shall see. And I'll update you guys the next like 100 pages probably, or the next part which comes on, because I think it will be the longest part in the book so far. So I shall see you then, and until now, let me go read my book. So bye. Hello, another update from me. I'm actually in a hammock right now and I'm chilling with my book over here. Right now I'm on page 504. That makes chapter 58. Apologies for like dog hair on my shirt, but Alex is running rampant, and I'm again enjoying it. It has helped, the audiobook has helped tremendously, but also the pacing got a little bit better. I think the pacing was a big issue before, in the before chapters. And also one idea that I actually kind of found, it reads very cinematic. So when I have the scenes in my head, I really see the movement of actors, the like scenography, the music, I see it on screen. So it's very nice to imagine that way, and ever since I started imagining it more like a film, like a Lord of the Rings kind of situation, then it made it more enjoyable rather than just normal reading experience, because it is a big epic story. So I think it needs to do it justice by, you know, doing kind of film-like. Also, there has been like some plot twists on the way, and I'm really enjoying the plot twist. Then like I expected one plot twist, but like only 3 pages before it happened. So, but it's very interesting, and I think we are at the point where all of the characters will meet soon. I have only like 350 something pages left. That's still quite a lot. And also officially I broke my spine. It is officially broken. And also this no longer only smells like dead glue and like old rotten glue, but also like a dog. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I've been reading it around here in the garden, and it has been pretty nice. And I'll probably not finish it on this trip, and I'll come back home and then finish it, but I'm positive to finish this month, which I was very intimidated by it, but you know, we shall see what happens. That was the updates for A Day of Fallen Night, and I'll see you guys in the next one, probably in 100 pages or so. Bye! Oh, like, hello guys, so it's an update because I'm officially, and I'm on page 601 and the chapter 66. Actually, I'm back home, as you can probably see from my bed. I didn't record anything on my way back because we didn't have any like space, and there were a lot of people, and I'm still self-conscious about recording with people around, so I didn't record much. The plot thickens, and also I didn't realize that the story would take a turn of like, I know if YouTube still dislikes the word, but I would say that it's famous sickness, and because there's a sickness going through the country and through the realm pretty much, and it's interesting to see how different countries react to it, how different monarchs react to it, and also how different lands see it. And also there's one of the part of the books that actually I really enjoy is seeing different perspectives, not because of different events, but how, for example, for some people it's just a legend, and for others it's a lived thing. For some it's rumors, for some like the main characters are just like the thing that happened, the thing that they made happen. So which has been really interesting. I'm enjoying it more and more. I'm really intrigued to see where it goes, since I think at this point 3 of the characters will meet very soon. Like I think on the next page or so, like in the next chapter or two they will meet. Also, another thing that I want to mention is the religion talk in here. It's very well written in a way that it feels like a real religion, with its folklores, with its philosophies, with its virtues, with all of the hierarchy, and the differences between the religions are apparent, but at the same time you can see where the root came from. Like, they all came pretty much from the same story, but the details got muddled along the way and they changed the course of the religion. So I really enjoyed the talk of the religion in this book. I'm not a religious person myself, but I really love fantasy religions in a way, see how they evolve and what gods do they pray to, what's the myth about it, behind it. So this is, like, for me, one of the most important and one of the best parts of this book is the religion talk, actually. So far I'm sensing a 4-star, but you know, we'll see. I'm sensing a 4-star and it's not bad. I just say that at the beginning I understand the setup, but it took a lot of time. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I hope we'll finish it soon. I have like 250 pages left. Well, you guys probably at 700 pages or so. See you guys later. Bye. So hello guys, back. I hope you enjoyed the footage. So this is me, the final update once I finished the book. So what do I think about it? I think that the story is really good. I think the representation in here, very good. The word, the Samantha Shannon puts some utmost care into creating the most believable word, the most charismatic characters, also the ones you will hate. So I think on this part it's a very great book. Like, the perspectives from which we read are just perfect in a way. Like, I understand the narrative voices, I understand what's happening in the world. The politics are exquisite here, and they're so different from every country, like every realm. And I'm kind of wish that the plot was more interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, the world building was good, what was happening to characters, the decision, why they made certain decision was good, but I was disappointed by the main plot. Like, I knew what was going to happen like halfway through, and I was just like, okay, but there needs to be some kind of twist, right? And there wasn't really much of a twist, sorry to say. I really enjoyed it, but I think I will give it 4 stars. I finished it yesterday, so as you know, I might sit on my rating, but I think it's going to be a 4-star. That being said, I'm interested in reading the Priory, because the world set in this place, like all of the different religions, all the different myths, the mythical creatures and characters from legends, the different countries, the geography of the world, the politics, the representation. There's a lot of representation. There's a trans character, there's a non-binary character, Like the one thing that I loved is, this thing is a mild spoiler, but not really. There's a character called Mistress Brown, or Braun, and at first I was confused about the word. I thought it was like some kind of medieval language, but I realized it's not master, it's not mistress, it's Mistress, because the character is non-binary. So that was really nice touch. There's also a trans character, a lot of gay characters. Usually I don't really care about romance in my fantasy books. Like when I read romantasies, then yes, I care about, because that's what I want to care about. But in like high fantasy stakes, I'm like, okay, there's something happening between these characters, I don't mind it, but I don't really care. But here, actually, like I cared about two, and I also was very sad about one of the romances, because this book can make you mad, can make you cry, can make you excited. And even though I knew what was going to happen in the end with the whole world, I was still felt a lot of suspense to the characters I loved, and what was happening, why was it happening, would I be correct? So I think this is a great word, and I hope this gets a movie or a TV series, because while I was reading, I think I've mentioned in my updates once, it reads like very much like a script, not in a bad way, because it's very built out. Like I can see the whole world, the whole scenography, actors everywhere in it, the effects. So really love to see this book in like a movie format, because it's so well written and it's a very nice story. I just wish that the main plot was more intriguing, but besides that it was pretty good. So the characters were like 10 out of 10 for me. So I'm excited about reading the Priory, simply because I already know the words, will be easier for me, and also I want to know what is happening in Priory. Would the plot be better, because I like the words, so I only just want the plot to be better, but also what makes the characters, because we'll know some characters like from 500 or like 1000 years before Priory, like from here. So I'm intrigued how they are like remembered in the story, like what they did. Were there some liars in there, like deceivings, like some court mischiefs? So I'm really glad I've read it. It took me, I think, 9 days or 10 days to read it. Really grab the audiobook. If you feel like you're dozing off and you don't understand stuff, grab the audiobook and read it like while I was pretty much reading from the half. Just read and have an audiobook on, because it was really a nice experience, since every point of view had a different voice actor. So that was very nice. So that has been A Day of Full Night by Samantha Shannon. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed the book. It was quite an experience. I'm very proud of myself that I read it, and I'm excited to see Priory and read Priory as well. Maybe some later, because now I'm tired of reading such a big book. But thank you guys for watching. I've been Christoph, the Reading Crisis, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!